Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Keep your eyes warm, stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him. There was a malice lurking behind those eyes.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
Ooh. I just want this to all be over. Of course, I'm sure we'll all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Yep, get away. I am so confused about, like, where it's resuming from. I thought we had gotten further and figured out some things. Oh, we know who that is now. The festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree. This is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know what the festival sign's waiting to be, that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
We know the plan. What am I doing? Oh. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwill. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. What am I doing? Hold on, just wanted to see if there... It's like the only thing we haven't done, so... We'll just get into it. Wait at the treehouse till Rollo shows up. Okay. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Sigh. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire, the source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me. Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. And you? The doppelganger choked back tears. I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. I think so. His father pulled him in for an embrace. Time to go, buckaroo. Luca was startled from his dream by
Who
a
is
banging
it?
on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Who is it? Stop right there. Or I'll... Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now, I'll club you with the baseball bat. Whoa, 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 take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Why is Rollo so cute and grown? Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle. Luke, quit messing. It's me. If it really is you, prove it. Flamin' chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped.
Oh my goodness.
He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Don't know. They threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, huh? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it's not just your hands. My feet too? Dang, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Oh, holy Toledo. Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sorta smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. Well, I'm glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger, ha.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
That's cute. I'll take them all on. Hey, fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I don't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve our security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day and all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay. Just need to play cool. And hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just, come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about our mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took the lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go to work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck? He is, him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. Well, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that too different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. See, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. Oh, what? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
Dang. In trouble. I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more,
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, Mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? The next part is the important bit. I have this radio upgraded with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep. Low-key, she could have skipped the whole hair dye thing if that we're just now getting to the important bit. But anyway, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on the new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Molo seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she's finished the work, we'll need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more to fully bring people into the book. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We're at the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risk. Of course, sir. No lose it in, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvests, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I may suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I am eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital murder.
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah, as far as we know, Kerr is the top banana at the perennial harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy. So we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor, got, loose-ended. I got that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mom out of here before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it really is just a welcome mat from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area. There's a founder's big room marked founder's office. It even has the exits marked. Guys, we have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is,
Rollo
right?
started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter 6. The Heist. They spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout.
I hope this is not a sneak mission. I'm really bad with
By
those.
the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread. Even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night.
How can
There
you
was
do
no
it?
time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
All right, quick recap. Rollo, you're gonna talk to Roxy cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your
He
new
waved vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? Bah, she'll be happy I'm alive. She won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie's in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff and Iggy. Is it Geoff? How are you going to persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence.
Well, Godspeed. Enlist Jeff. Enlist Iggy and Tish. At least Iggy's alive in this version. Isn't this Jeff? No, this is not Jeff. I guess not. Who is Jeff? Is the... I know who he is. He's like the guy that looks like a weasel. Where do we find Geoff? Geoff. Are we getting close to the end, reader? Undaunted, he shook his head. Over? No. Endings are merely a state of mind. This doesn't end until I give up. Wow. I admire the conviction. But can he really pull through? I don't know, I'm getting sleepier every day. Geoff. Hey, Geoff. What can I do for ya? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry. I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into the headquarters, and I thought you might want to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
You see, I knew you kids were all right. Great, so you'll
The
help?
joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Oh, gosh. 4 options? Fight. I've done enough fighting for one lifetime and more than my share of losing. Time's come to hang up the gloves. Aw, man, can I try
Luca
another one?
wasn't ready to give up so easily. He shouted out again.
Junk. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested. One more time. Jeez. Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Alright, dude, I got one option left. Hide.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What you say? Go ahead and hide
Sensing
then.
some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will of old Jeff, and they all do. but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What is it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sauerkraut should cover it. Put it on my tab.
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Whew. I was about to say, if they're gonna make me do this thing 4 more times. I don't know. Okay. Now we have to find... just who I'm looking for. Hey, Tish, look who it is. I don't know why I went with that voice. I'm not doing it anymore. Luca, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening. Iggy, I know we both got giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately life has been kind of strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce, and I'm asking for your help. What do you say? We break out hostilities, at least for now. We do like breaking things, even if the truth means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into perennial harvest.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after all this is done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the
A
treehouse.
single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
Aww. I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. That's the most she's ever said.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation. And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message.
We're locked
and loaded on my end.
Yeah.
And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach perennial harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence. Rollo took a few vigorous breaths
Look at
and
him.
shook out his arms.
Oh, I love it. Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. Delivery? I don't think I have a note about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there is no scheduled delivery for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
I've always been curious about the Perennial headquarters. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about. Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing. I'll just
He
check.
stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see if I could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir? Our harvest awaits. Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yep. Suck on this perennial ham fist. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay. It worked. Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. Boy, you pulled it off. Nice, Rallo. Alright, everyone knows what to do. Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck. In case she needs some muscle. I'll head to the east, to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Uh-oh. Damn, let's see. This whole place just feels fake. But of all things, a fake plant? Y'all, I'm over it. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca, what are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Oh, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo, Becca, and I are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't just leave yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got stuff to do first. When you're running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get to the office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It's just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly unfortunate. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. Dang, I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? Good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rello, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at the locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have the way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
Aha! How did you guess that? Oh, it's an absurd password Rolo heard when he was down there. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder would use such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. Those villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rolo, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery loud even doing down here? We have friends whose mom is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door is marked 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Oh, snap. Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. One sec, I can't think with all the noise.
He quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you're just trying to help. Aw, man. No water cups. Rollo. Kids. Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers, are you coming with us? Nope. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after them. Okay, I think they work. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I am having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Well, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom. Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy I finally used the young chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars consistent with tempest liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on in this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under the beacon pines. A novel chemical compound was discovered under beacon pines in the wellspring they call the source. They named it Tempest Liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was a secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time. But it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempest Liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You could think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So, the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. Yes, I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempest Liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve the successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into a problem. It wasn't long till I discovered the oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Meh, these clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it all out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I considered that possibility. I sent letters asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get out of here. I just, like, now? Wait, the vial. I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Luca, we've got Dr. Moto heading your way now. Roger that. Be careful. Oh gosh, I'm just waiting for Solomon to pop off. All right, everything's on track. And what is your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They are all locked. Perhaps not as careless as you suspected. Malice 80 proof whiskey? A hard drink for a hard man? Wow, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're not a bother at all. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face.
Well, that's gotta be everything, right? He gets passed up. Oh, that would have been smart. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why should such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently.
They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it. Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Oh boy. Rollo, before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. Now I want pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Oh no. He's gonna open it. Everyone else huddle up. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Mulder, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ah, you got it. Tempest, look at me. You discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
But very delightful. Very good, Dr. Modal. Very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional.
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my taste. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
Where's Kerr at? May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
of the...
he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thinking about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him. Luca, over here. Move another inch and I'll smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens, then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. But there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
Wow.
Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office for a performance review. Not a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot over there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. And to think all of this is thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn? Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. But the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my lab in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I'll return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, key posts outside the door. Dang, another failure. Well, crap. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo, you just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds, all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in the office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter with the hope it would find his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents, Luca, I think they're meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen key. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. That's a good phrase, vanguard of change. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why we began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life. And that's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? With you the whole time. Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Oh, we're about to freeze.
Chapter 8. Comeuppance.
Comeuppance.
Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. traded for this jagged hole in a wall in a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Get him, Grandma / Mom. Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Miss Luca Gran. Hey, Miss Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they? Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I wouldn't be so sure about that.
With
She
a
switched the
mischievous
vials.
look, Beck elbowed Luca.
Pause. I need to drink a little bit. My throat. That will be in the recordings.
Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash. How does ashes get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pa says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. That's a good joke. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Looks ashy. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying.
A little bit.
If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Alright, let's see. Just want to make sure we've covered everything up to this point. Alright, we gotta see the other two, right? Like, we went this far. Let's see.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change? You're an unlucky penny. Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby. Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused
Eris
you.
awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, we do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father young Sharper. That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pine's coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had, and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn. His mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. But I wanted to try the last option. Oh, there's jelly on that side. Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me. I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now I enjoy it. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for the little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked max capacity, one Rollo, one Luke rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Ilona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at the state. Also, Nellie said she'll write me a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I had even had breakfast. Well, some of that might have been the excitement about treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this, because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Oh, everybody's planting trees. I love it. I was like, what is that? A little higher. Yep. Little lower. Yep. Little higher? Yep. I'm telling you, this angle isn't the issue. We need more power to that radio. Luca, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Dish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Check in with Beck at her house. It's a long epilogue. Like, can we just live happily ever after? And they lived happily ever after. Oh man, I can't get through this. Okay. Are you still watching? We're almost done. Probably should have read this, but my voice is a little tired. The whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
Aw, that would be acceptable. He looked to his friends with a smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oof. And scene. No. Oh, hey, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Alright. Alright, let's go talk to Beck. Oh, look at the bunnies. Whose bunnies are these? I'm not... Oh, they turned it into a wild ride. We're not even gonna go look. Gonna close this out. Hang in there, guys. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. And it's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You gotta be stuck with me. You're gonna be stuck with me for the foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't gonna be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise. Mom prepared this tree especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should be okay in the cold of Beacon Pines and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Take Jeff's wild ride to old Beacon Pines. Aww. I'm already sad and this is making me sadder. Let's see. Ah, you got it. Now that's a good looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, that this ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang in tight to that little tree. Oh my goodness.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me.
Who are you?
It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. Good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yes, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. Let's see. We should probably give you some time alone. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello, and I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep. Thanks. Just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh, God. I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You've got good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you afraid to? Are you afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would love this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Moldal says that over the next few years, this place should warm up. So you won't be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were things that made you, you. If you would have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, you wouldn't have been the same person. You had to go. But that doesn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. So it is. Oh, we did it. Thank you to the creators of this game. It was a really fun journey.